800-951-0592. Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour here on this Thursday. Gold's down 10, 2025 right now. Yesterday, we ran the $10 Liberties, and we're going to run it back. But gold's down, so it's going to be a little cheaper today. 1 through 19. Yesterday, they were $11.95. Today, they're $11.90. 20 to 49 at $11.85. Tell you what, I'm really going to heat it up here. 50 or more, $11.75. So 50 or more, $11.75. And that puts you at, like, I don't even know, close to like $150 less than a 20 if you buy 50 or more. But all of them just great values. These are the older pre-1933. Why do we like pre-33 gold? You know, we got to tell people this, because we'll always have all these new listeners. The government only classifies one type of gold, just one, as a collectible. Everything else they consider to be bullion, period. Gold eagle, gold bar, foreign gold, right? I don't care what it looks like, what it is. The only thing that they say is a collectible is pre-1933 U.S. minted gold, whatever remained, because they melted most of it down and put it into Fort Knox, allegedly. Matter of fact, allegedly it still sits there, and the odd thing is they left the impurities in the gold. It's kind of a weird story, but okay, whatever. Why is that important? Most people don't know that it was illegal to own gold in the United States for almost 40 years. In 1933, when they confiscated gold from the citizenry, they paid you $20.72. So if you had two $10 gold pieces in 1933, they gave you $20.72 for the two $10 gold pieces. And then, well, I think it was like 90 days later, they changed the price of gold to $35. So in other words, that $10 gold piece was all of a sudden worth $17.50, right? You know, of course, you didn't have any of it because you had to give it back. The only gold you were allowed to own, you ready? Collectible gold coins was the only thing you were allowed to still own. Everything else had to be turned in. They allowed dentists to have some gold, not in coin form, obviously, for the gold teeth. An artist could put in a request, hey, I need some gold because I'm making a statue or something to that effect. But yeah, for almost 40 years, you couldn't own it. Now, gold's not the money now. I don't know if the government will confiscate gold again or not. Jason's kind of holding up a picture of the coin that we're selling right now. But I do know this, whether they do or they don't, they're always leaving themselves a loophole, and it's kind of established. I want to call it law, but it through the executive orders that were issued in 1933. Hey, you get to keep your collectible gold, and think about this. Let's just say they do it. They confiscate gold, or they say, hey, you can't buy gold anymore, and the same thing happens. Right, and they almost double the price of gold overnight. Wouldn't it be great if you could still hold on to it? And plus, there's one other advantage. So that's number one. That's the first reason why we like the old gold. because it's a collectible. Everything else is bullion. When you go to sell, right, there's laws in place. Anything over $10,000. You come in here with a 10-ounce gold bar. I want to sell this, Joe. Okay. Well, before we do that, let me get this form out for you because I'm going to need some information. Matter of fact, why don't you get your driver's license out because I'm going to need to get a copy of that. I'm going to need your Social Security number, your address, and I got to send you a 1099. I don't want to go through that. You don't want to go through that. Pre-1933 U.S. minted gold here in the United States, guess what? You can buy it, sell it, and trade it at any amount. You can come back tomorrow and sell me $510 Liberties, and I'm writing you a check and saying, have a nice day. You're on your honor. There is no 1099. You don't have to get out your driver's license. I'm not photocopying. I'm not calling my accountant. I'm not doing any of those things. So it's the most private way. And Jason, those are important things.
Those are important things. That's, you want to put yourself in the trouble-free asset that you could possibly be in. Anytime you want to be in anything, you obviously want to have it to be easy to get in and out of it. There's all kinds of different ways to put your money into all kinds of different things, and a lot of times you can get a better return if something is really slow and cumbersome and hard to get your money out, because if you give the asset the control over your money, then they'll tend to give you a little bit more. But gold is so much easier. You possess it. Physical gold. You buy it, you possess it. If you need the money, you sell it. And like Joe said, you can have a large amount of gold, a small amount of gold. You just bring it in, and Joe writes you a check. Same thing here in Colorado. You just come in, bring it in, we'll buy it from you, and it's also just as easy, and I would say probably easier to buy it. Just with all the technology and how society is supposed to be so technologically advanced from previous years, Joe, it sure seems like everything just gets a lot more complicated, doesn't it?
Right. And it's not, and that's the thing, it's so simple. We talked about, hey, we do gold and silver IRAs. I've had people that have gone months. It's taken them months to get their money from their IRA companies. Even here with us, we tell you, like with gold, we use Gold Star. Hey, it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks before that money arrives. I mean, selling gold, dude, it's liquid with a phone call. That's the beauty of it all. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason, we're coming right back. Eight 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour here on this Thursday. $10 Liberties, and I will get the price updated online. I forgot. I apologize. It's going to be $5 less today. 1 through 19, 1,190. 20 to 49, 1,185. If you go 50 or more, I'm going to make it even $10 less. 50 or more. 50 or more, 1,175 at 800-951-0592. And as Jason and I said, this is pre-1933. It is classified differently than all other forms of gold. And Jason, that's just why we like it the best.
That's correct. That's why we like it the best, and we'll sell whatever comes cheapest to us, right, Joe? The specials really are the specials. We have to shop to get this stuff, and whatever comes our way that's cheap, that's what we sell to you. And for the people that listen to the show every single day, and you've been hearing these $10 Liberty specials for quite a while now. Well, that's not Joe and Jason. If Joe and Jason could get you a cool special price on a product every single day, make it different every day, we would. But hey, if $10 Liberties are coming to us cheap, that's why we put that on the air for you guys. We're giving you the cheapest gold that you can get, and right now that's the $10 Liberty, Joe, and that's why you should be calling the number. And I was listening to you talk about IRAs, Joe, and you know how fast the news cycle can change, right? And how fast an emergency can sprout out of nowhere. And if it takes you 3 months to get out of your IRA, you may want to start planning that move today, because let's say in 45 days suddenly Russia does this or Ukraine does that, or there's some new boogeyman disease on the horizon. Suddenly you're waiting 45 more days, and the gold price just starts moving, right, Joe? Nothing sucks worse than you've made the decision to buy gold, and you're sitting there waiting for your money to come from some other asset. So you may want to, if you're considering, you may want to start moving the money now so that you don't have to worry about paying more later, Joe.
Yeah, and it's funny because people don't realize how long it can take a good company. It's still 2 to 3 weeks. That's as fast as an IRA typically goes. There's paperwork involved. You got to do some paperwork. You got to sign stuff. You got to fill all this information out. Where do you want to send it? All those things. And some are more restrictive than others. Some are by design. Well, you only can sell once a year. You only can get out on certain dates or certain times. The gold and silver IRAs are great because they are self-directed. You call the shots. Now, still takes some time, but you at least get to call the shots.
That's right, Joe. Yeah, and as we did at the last segment, but it's just good to hear you say it out loud, which is gold doesn't have that problem. If you want to sell gold every single day to us, you can sell gold every single day. If you want to buy gold from us every single day, it can be moved into your hands. And the only thing that's delayed.
That's what I need. Where are you guys that buy every day? That's what I need. Every day.
Well, and there is one thing that delays. But here's the cool thing about what we do here. When you put your order in, let's just take Colorado, because that's where I'm sitting. If you ordered $110 Liberties today, you come in big. I don't have those here. So yes, you may have to wait till I get the shipment. The shipment comes pretty quick. But regardless, let's just say for some reason it gets held up and you have to wait 3.5 weeks to get your 10s. Doesn't cost you a thing. There's no fees, no taxes. You can you're locked in. When we put our orders in, we're locked in. So when you put your order in, you're locked in, and sometimes we'll have it. We can turn it around real quick. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks for the shipping, but you pay the same price. So that's a real comforting thing to think, Joe. If you're listening to some other news channel right now and some alternative news, and you see some horrible disaster getting ready to happen, you're like, I'm going to move into gold now. Well, if it takes 3 weeks to ship, it doesn't matter. You're locked in, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you call and place your order, you get a trade number. You're locked in. Doesn't matter what gold or silver, platinum, plate, whatever you're buying. Doesn't matter what it does after that. You don't pay any more. You don't pay any less. 800-951-0592. The big news, I guess, of the day, jobless claims spiking. First-time jobless claims to 264,000. Well above what was expected. That puts us in, that's the warning zone that I've been talking about, that 250 to 270,000. That's a big jump into the warning zone. I would have liked it. I would have felt a little better if it was like 252 or 253, like barely in it. If it goes above 270, that's when you really start seeing the impact of it all. But, I'll use my golf group. I don't know why I didn't even think about this. There's 12 of us in the group. 2 of them are in their mid-20s. 2 of them are in their mid to late 30s. And the rest of us are in our late 40s or into our 50s. No one's quite 60 yet. A couple of 58. I'm 52, right? But this is our group. There's 12. 3 of them have been laid off in the last 3 weeks. 3 out of 12. None of them have found employment yet. So it just kind of tells you it's happening out there. It's a little different, right? It may not be happening at the bar or the restaurant, right, Jason? But these are guys, they had good jobs. You know,
yeah,
higher paying jobs.
Yep. Yeah, I've been seeing it too, Joe. It's bubbling up, and I think the Thursday number, the first-time jobless claims, that's going to be the most important employment number. The other ones seem a little more rigged and unbelievable, but the Thursday number, it's a good one to point out every Thursday to understand what's really happening, Joe.
800-951-0592. Joe and Jason wrapping things up. Final segment coming up next. (800-951-0592). Joe and Jason wrapping it up here on this Thursday. We got a great guest coming up on the Half Empty Cup. We're going to have Bill Roberts with us. I know Bill's always a favorite out there. He's going to get us updated on food supply and the food chain and what we can expect moving forward. So that'll be coming up next on 1360khnc.com. For those of you that don't live up in Colorado, you can always listen to that show. We stream it 24 hours a day, 1360khnc.com. The special today, a little cheaper than yesterday, $10 Liberties, 1866 to 1907, 1 through 19 at $11.90. 20 to 49 at $11.85, 50 or more at $11.75 at 800-951-0592. Silver, everything's cheaper in silver today, but I'm going to hunt around. I'll try to get a silver deal tomorrow, but no promises. But maybe we can find something and heat it up a little more for tomorrow. But right now, at least on a good note, normally when silver's down like this, the premiums just go up whatever they're down. Now, if silver's down $1, well, the premium just goes up $1, and there's no change. At least this time, Jason, it fell with the market.
Yeah, we'll see what happens by tomorrow. You know, we'll see. You know, there could be a lot of buyers looking at, it's down today, and then maybe it's just testing the waters, because if there's a tremendous amount of buying in silver, that'll quickly turn around, Joe. It's very quite possibly we'll see either the premiums go up or the price go back up tomorrow. So we'll see. Yeah, it might be good to have a silver special tomorrow if we could find one.
Yeah, I'm going to work on it. No problem. You know, of course, I say that without actually knowing if I can pull it off or not. I think I can, though. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something. I don't know exactly what it'll be. It could be rounds. It could be 10-ounce bars. It could be dimes, quarters, maybe $half. Well, probably not $half. Silver Eagles even. We'll see what's out there.
Yeah, those prices for Silver Eagles, man. It's tough to see the spot price, which is the paper price, and then see that you're paying almost, $45 for a Silver Eagle. It's pretty crazy. I think you brought the prices down a little lower than that, but still, that's quite a price to pay, Joe.
Yeah, it really has been. I mean, silver's just, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's been years now where we continue to be stuck at these levels, and it really has to do with the fact that the main company, Sunshine, who produces all the discs, the blanks, if you will, they're running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're at capacity, and they supply most of these discs to all the mints around the world. And essentially, they just kind of are like, well, okay, you get 1 million, you get 1 million, you get 1 million, you get 500,000, you get 250,000, you get 1 million, and they're like, well, that's all there is. And so, obviously, if they had more minting capacity, there'd be a lot more silver being minted. But Jason, they're at capacity. This is a global thing, and I think this is probably the thing that's the biggest difference is. Not only have people woken up here in America, I think people have woken up all over the world about, hey, this fiat money system may not be all it's cracked up to be. Patriot Radio News Hour. God bless everybody. Jason and I will come back tomorrow.